Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and I had a request off a lady that when I mentioned about the little vintage baby boy album and I'd told her I'd Tyvek the spine inside and out and everything, she asked would I do or show how I use Tyvek to make a spine. So I've got my pieces cut. I've already put my spine in here, so I'm going to show you this one and how you make this type of spine. The Tyvek is underneath. It is so strong, and this is for a page type like this. So when you've glued your paper cardstock together, these then slot in. Oh, they're supposed to. Have I made these too big? Have I made my spine too big? I will just miter the ends. I will miter the corners, but they are supposed to be exactly the same size. Yeah, look, perfect sizing. It's just, I think when you've got them open like that, you need them mitering on the end just to help. So, yeah, that or I'll make my pages bigger. But this is exactly the same size. Perfect. So once I've mitered the corners, that will slot in. So if you're doing this type of album where you want to slot your pages in and still have the page open at the side, then this is the spine you want. I've decided to do it for this one. I have started to make this album, as you can see. It's upside down. This is the inside front cover. I just added some ribbon, some twine. I've added a photo mat. You can add a photo on the front and on the back, and then even take it out and put it somewhere else in the book, so you can slide a photo in there. That's a 4x6. I've added some little doily here with a tuck spot for a tag. You could journal on the back, which I have been doing. Well, put the lines on ready. Added some little rhinestones. Like I say, I've already added my spine. I had to chop a bit of my thingy off there because it overlapped. And then this is the back cover. I added a photo mat and side pocket, and then I attached another pocket, so you got space for more photos. Get it back in. There we go. And then this has got a little tuck spot area. You could add loads of photo mats behind here. I've just put one in for now. So this is the style of pages I'm going to have. I have started one of them. I will film the rest of this video if you leave comments down below. If you want to watch the rest. This is just triple pocket with some beautiful photo mats which I've yet to decorate. And this is all from the Stampera's Imagine collection. I did show the papers a while back. That's the page as well. So, for your spine, to make that spine, this has got to be 9 by the length of your album. So mine is 10 inches, but my pages are 9.5. So I've cut this to 9 by 9.5. You're going to take your Tyvek, which only comes in A4 sheets. Well, I've only got A4 sheets. And we're going to glue that on there. And we're going to put this little strip on the end. We're going to score down. So don't worry about this little piece here. We just need to cover the main bulk. In fact, we don't even have to have that. We could literally just put this in the middle, glue that on, score away, and away to go. I recommend you use a wet glue and you leave it to dry. I'm using this one because I know the art glitter glue goes off pretty quick. But if you want to see me build the rest of the album, please leave comments. I will post this as soon as I've uploaded it to YouTube. I won't make you wait for a premiere or anything. But get as much glue on as possible. Like I say, I'm just going to even this out, put it in the centre. what have I done now? It goes that way. That's right. Covering the width. My goodness, come on. Oh my goodness, it's gone off already. How quick was that? So, get any air bubbles out you can. Don't worry about this, it'll dry clear. Glue on my fingers. Just give that a second or two to go off. Just keep rubbing it down. You don't want any air bubbles. Ooh. Don't throw those bits of Tyvek away as well, because if you're scoring down, you can run those lengthways and it'll still be just as strong. But you can't rip this stuff. You just literally can't rip it. It's just so strong. Now, once this is in as well, oh my goodness, it is just mega strong. I had, I think, 20 sheets off eBay for like £5.25. I believe you can get it on a roll as well, but I didn't see that on my thingy. So that's nice and dry now. Let's just pop the lid on our glue before it goes off. I've got a bit of a sniffle, girls, so I do apologise. So get your board out, and you're just going to score this in a normal way, but nice and deep. So you want the length, you want your 9 inches across the top. Where's my score tool? There it is. So we're going to score the first one at 3/4 of an inch. Let me get my book out. 1 1/2 and 2 1/4. So we got 3/4, 3/4, 3/4. Each side of your page, these two will get glued together, like that'll be a mountain and 2 valleys. So it's a peak. Those will get glued. So your pages are 3/4 of an inch deep, and then you're going to have a 1/2 inch gap. So you're going to score now at 2 3/4, and then it's 3 1/2, 4 1/4, 4 3/4, because they're 3/4 of an inch. These are 1/2 inches. These are the gaps in between, and on the ends they're both going to be 3/4. So when it all lays flat, it will be 3/4, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, 3/4, and that it works out to be 3 inches, which is the width of your spine. So 4 3/4, 5 1/2, 6 1/4, and 6 3/4, 7 1/2, 8 1/4. So you've got 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, and then you've got a 1/2 inch gap, 3/4, 3/4 and 1/2, and that gives you 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. So your first is a valley. That's going to get down. And then mountain. And then that is just like a concertina now. Mountain. Actually, that is going to stay straight. It's this one that is a valley and then a mountain. Sorry, I do apologise. So you're going to valley that. So you've got your 2 pages there. So this one, you're going to go back to a valley. And all the time you're giving it a good burnishing so all the air bubbles are coming out. That's right, that, yeah, and then we're going to move along that one. So that's a valley. Then that's a mountain. So you can see where it's happening. And you can burnish these both ways. So you got 1, 2, 3. On to our last one now. So mountain, valley, sorry. That's it. And then mountain. I've got glue on the tip of my nail. And then valley. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. They're your pages. And that's once there, you're going to add tape down one side, glue down the other, and then you're going to affix them all together so everything sits like this. And then once they're all nice and flat and glued together, that should measure, if you want to check, 3 inches. So, well, we'll do that after we glue. So I'm just going to add tape. I'm not going to be using this one in this album obviously because I've already done mine, but I will set this aside and use it in another one. So open this out. Let me get a little pen. And you're going to add tape here, 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 and here. Using a block. You can also put some tape on the ends if you want, because they're going to get glued down and have tape on them. But this is just to keep those pages together. So when they glue together, they're like that. And then, like I say, I'm going to add tape right along this edge. And right along this edge. Right, I'm going to scoot up a little bit on this one, because if needs be, once you've glued everything together, if you need to take a little fraction off, then that's fine, because sometimes the Tyvek and all this bulk can make your paper a little bit longer than 3 inches. So again, make sure there's no air bubbles in your tape. And then concentrate on your pages first. Fetch that across, seal that down. You can use glue as well if you want to, but that Tyvek ain't going nowhere. And then this. And all the time you're strengthening and removing air bubbles. That is the main thing. So again, fold that over. That could burnish. You can see it all coming together now. You can burnish both ways. And even if I make a slightly smaller album than this one, I can just basically use my guillotine and chop it down to size. So, and then this one, you can fetch that across. Rub that down. and then I just like to score both sides because the pages will open up both ways. And last but not least, press this one across. Excuse me, I've got an itch. And then just burnish that way, and then you can spring it all over this way as well and burnish it that way. Oh, excuse me. So there is your Tyvek spine. Perfect. So I won't peel these off obviously yet. Just going to lay that flat. And I'm going to show that that is, see what I mean, a tiny little fraction over 3. So I can take that and trim that to make sure that it's bang on 3, because my spine is 3 inches. See? Oh, it's actually 3 1/4. So it is. So that, just say it's on the inside for now because I've already got mine on. Would sit on the inside, and you'd have to make sure that you don't go over either way, and then that attaches. Let me just open this out. That attach on the inside. Like I say, if you need to take a little fraction off, I would then do that before you attach. Don't do it after, because when you come to open the pages you don't want this interrupting. So I would, whoops, in fact I'll do it now to show you. Just grab your trimmer, and like I say, I didn't put the tape too close to this edge. And I can just take, let's just take, say, an 1/8 off. So really you could make, oops, that didn't do much, did it? Oh, there it is, yeah, there it is. Let me just make sure I had that straight. There we go, that's better. See, it's hard to cut through because the Tyvek is so strong. You can tidy that up with a black pen if you see any white. Let's just test this again. Make sure we've got it. There we go. You just want a slight fraction taken off 1. So I would say then cut your cardstock down to 8 7/8, and then just score it in the same way, and then you'll have enough in there to cover your spine without going over the edges. So there is how you make your Tyvek spine, just the same way you would make a normal spine, but added the Tyvek on top, underneath, for strength. You know me, I'm a clean freak, can't help it, especially when it comes to my crafting. And then just keep manoeuvring that. The longer that's out of your book as well, the more it's going to dry. So, oh, it's still a little fraction. So you could take even a little bit more off if you wanted. Let's just flatten that out again. Oh no, it's now bang on 3. I wasn't pressing down far enough. Yeah, 3. There we go. So that's your Tyvek spine. If, like I'm saying, if you would like to watch me make the rest of my album, please leave comments down below and I will have a look. And if it's a yes from more than 5 people, then I'll do it. If not, you will just see the walkthrough. It's because I don't get many views, but I get people then leaving me lovely comments saying, we adore the way you make your albums, please, you know, let's make some more. So I might even take another fraction off that. But you can see the Tyvek doesn't even want to come off, does it? But that is a nice what I would do then now, once you come to attach, peel this tape off and then smother it in glue, or you could carry on and add tape, but I'd still use glue as well because it gives you double the strength. Smother it in glue, attach one side first, making sure you can open your book, and then slowly feed that in, and then make sure you can open this side of your book as well. So there we have, just a quick little video there to show you how I make my Tyvek spines. So don't forget to leave comments, thumbs up, share, press subscribe, and I'll read the comments and let you know if I'm going to make the album. See you soon. Bye.